Govannen Niblings, let's play LotRO, episode 35. So I'm heading back to Thrasi's lodge to deliver the elf friend sword to Calerant.
It's a sorry day.
So now he understands that if the sword was the sword of his ancestor, who was a friend of Penglir, it makes sense, and that he gave the bow to him in honor of his great-grandfather. Alright, so that pretty much settles it. Ooh, let's see. I could get these boots, which are significantly better armor. I don't like losing vitality, but I think that's probably the best choice. Alright, let's see what those boots look like. Wow. Well, I'm going to equip them for now either way. I'll decide later if I want to keep them. Now, these boots are part of one of the cosmetic outfits that I have on. Here, let me start writing back to... Oh. I don't really need to ride back to anywhere. Anyway. These boots are part of the cosmetic outfit that... One of the cosmetic outfits I currently have on. So... I'm gonna keep them. Okay. Let me go turn in the 5th gear quest. That's actually pretty interesting. I want you to see the end of that. But again, I will just cut through the travel there. Alright, Niblings, so I actually decided to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do one of the Elf-Ruin exploration deeds. I'll still turn in the gear, but I just figured while I'm over here, why not do this exploration deed? So, this is Falathlorn. Falathlorn. Yeah, I was saying that wrong. Falathlorn. Some elven words are a little tricky to pronounce. Anyway, so this is the area where low-level elven characters are usually sent after the tutorial to level up. And so that's why I didn't do any quests here. And so normally the quests here would send you... so here I just found one, Dol Ring West. So normally the elven quests would send you to these areas, and you would discover them all that way. But since I'm skipping those quests, I'm going to pick them all up right now. So this shouldn't take too long. So you can see a lot of these creatures are a lot lower level than me. These boars and such are... so here's Lemuel's Vineyard. So these boars are 5 levels below me. The wolf is attacking me. The vineyard is pretty cool. Let me just run into it real quick. So elves have these quests to do down here. There's this vineyard that's been overrun by goblins. And so you come down in here and fight a bunch of goblins and collect some leftover wine that the elves want. So yeah, and these goblins are level 8. It's a neat area. It's a very pretty area, as you can see. The whole Falathlorn area around Dweland and Kellendim. Alright, 2 more spots left on the Elf-Ruin's exploration deed, and then I will head up to Thorin's Hall and turn in the 5th gear quest. See how pretty the starting area is one of the incentives to play an elf. Although, honestly, all of the starting areas have their appeal. Alright, did I miss it? I did miss it. I believe this set of ruins up here is one of the points. Yep, Thamgalair. So it's this ruined area here. And the creatures here are even lower, level 6. So you can see they're green. Their nameplates are green. Because they are 7 levels below me. 6 and 7. Alright, one more spot. And that was it. Ninhilith. Ninhilith. And Ninhilith is this valley where the elves are doing some lumber harvesting. And there's these NPCs here with quests. There's a bunch of level 6 wolves down in there. Alright, so that was it for that deed. There's only one exploration deed left in Ered Luin. And that's Rath Tereg, which I will be going there to finish off my quests in this zone. So let me run down here to Kellendim. There is a spot in Kellendim, or the stable master in Kellendim. You can take a swift travel route to Thorin's Gate. A little bit of lag there for a second. Kellendim's a neat little city. It's all of these graceful elven buildings on this very hilly area, kind of at the edge of the mountains here.
What can I do for you?
Alright, swift travel to Thorin's Gate. And then I can turn in the 5th gear. So I always dismount that spot, that travel route right here in Freren's Court, because then it gets me a straight shot up to Thorin's Gate. My connection seems to be a little slow today. I don't know if it's my connection or the server. It's usually my connection.
At your service, and your
Alright.
families.
So this should be the last piece.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Alright, so he's going to stay here and keep the machine working. He wants me to go open the vault. The chains and cables run all the way through the walls, quite a distance away. And I have to get the levers in order. And there are clues. And the clues are listed here in the quest log. So it's a kind of a riddle, both a riddle and a logic puzzle. And there aren't a whole lot of these in Lord of the Rings Online, but I really like them. Alright, so the clues here are: the axe bites deep before first light of the sun. So that means I do the axe before I do the sun. The sun rises after the moon has set. So that means the sun comes after the moon. So we already know that the moon and the axe are both before the sun. A jewel may be found in the light of the sun, so the jewel is after the sun. Jewels are only found after much hard work, so the jewel is after, the jewel is the end. That means the jewel is the last one. And then before all else, the silvery light of the moon can be seen. So that means the moon is first. So we know the moon is first, the jewel is last. Alright, so the moon is first, so I'll pull that lever. Alright, so then we know the jewel is last, so we won't do that one. The axe and the sun, that leaves the axe and the sun, but the axe comes before the sun. So we'll do the axe. And then the sun. And then the jewel. Now, let me get a screenshot here before I actually open it. So let me line up here. You get to see the sausage being made. Turn off the UI. Get a screenshot. I think that'll be good. Okay. Alright, so now the jewel. Alright, so that did it. Oh, crude black rock? That's what was in the vault? Okay. Well, whoops, almost ran off the side of the platform. Alright, well, we have to go tell Bavor about it.
Well met, friend.
No one knew what was sealed in the vault. This is one of the greatest of all treasures of the dwarves. Dwarves are weird, man. It doesn't look like much, but the story is that it's the first rock that Durin himself hewed from Gundabad, the mountain where he awoke. So this rock is part of the origin mythology of the dwarves. It's basically a holy relic to the dwarves. So it's a really big deal to him. Alright, well, glad to help. This helmet is pretty good. Actually, I'm going to take that. Oh boy, that's a silly looking helmet. I'm sure glad I don't have that enabled cosmetically. Alright. So I still need to do one more quest. And Rath Tareg exploration. So I will head out to do that. I think I may go ahead and end this episode here though, Niblings, because I'm not really going to have time to do all of Rath Tareg in this episode, like I can't do it, I can't fit it all into this episode, and if I do part of it in this episode, then the rest of it would be a really short episode, so I'll just do the rest of Rath Tareg in a single episode, and that will finish Ered Luin. So see you next time, Niblings.